Hi, my name is Mitchelle, and I want to welcome you to Mitchelle's Journey, where we learn and grow together. If you are a work in progress like me, this is your channel. In this video, I want to share with you a little bit about my past, my religious upbringing, and how religion enhanced the feeling of emptiness that I felt inside and pushed me to take a very important step that would change the rest of my life. Some people think God is a myth, that he is not real. For some people, they assume that God is more like three things. One, some see God as an opium, that people, in looking for a way to escape from their problem, create in their head an imaginary God who is able to take away the problems as a way for them to cope through that problem. Two, some see God as a means to an end. To them, God is nothing more than an ATM. So once they get what they want, they feel they don't need God anymore. Whatever they have with God is strictly transactional. They are in it because of what they would get from him. Three, some see God as a hard-to-appease tyrant. And because he is hard to appease, you will need to perform certain rituals, go through the motions, or do good things in order for you to get him to notice you, or to get into his good books, or for you to be able to be loved or liked by him, or to get into his heaven. These 3 points paint a picture of what religion looks like to an extent. God is not interested in religion. God is not even in religion. From the onset, what God has always craved for is a one-on-one relationship with us. I usually tell the Lord that I want him to be real to me, because it's only when he is real to me that I can confidently share him with others. The only reason why I am here, sitting in front of this camera, talking to you, is because God is real to me. Through my experiential research on God, I have come to the conclusion that he is my life, the very essence of it, that he loves me, and I can trust him completely. I remember meditating on John chapter 1 verse 3, which says, all things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. I felt the Holy Spirit say to me, if all things were made through him and for him, how then do you think you can exist without him? How do you think you can cut yourself off from the source of life and still live meaningfully? And that's the question I wish you could answer if you're watching this video. A quick insight into my past and my religious background. It's high time. My journey with God started over 20 years ago. My parents had 5 of us. I am the only girl among 4 boys. I have 2 elder brothers and 2 younger brothers. Was I pampered? No, I wasn't. I don't know why people sometimes assume that only girls get pampered. It wasn't so in my case. I wasn't spoiled. But my brothers were so protective of me, especially my elder brothers. I grew up in a religious family in a Roman Catholic home. My grandfather was the Knight of St. Mulumba. Every time we visited the village, he wakes us up every morning as early as 4 or 5 a.m. for us to pray the rosary. That was the usual routine. Even if we had to sleep through that prayer, we must participate in it. Going for morning mass was non-negotiable. But despite growing up in that religious atmosphere, I felt deep inside of me that something was missing. So I found myself yearning for more. And I know that each and every one of us get to have that feeling sometimes where we have tried everything, where we have done everything to find fulfillment and happiness. It could be in a relationship, it could be money, it could be sex, it could be partying, drugs, that dream job, that dream home. But you still feel empty and unsatisfied. That was how I felt. My brothers were in the seminary at the time, and they usually bring back home a particular book. This book was the compilation of the stories of various Roman Catholic saints. I loved all the stories, but the one that resonated so well with me was the story of a young girl named Saint Maria Goretti. And I think it's most likely because she was a young girl like me. She died at age 11 when she was stabbed 14 times by a young man because she refused his sexual advances. So I wanted to be like her. I thought that if I did more good, I would get God's attention, win his approval, and probably end up being canonized as one of the Roman Catholic saints when I die. What I didn't realize at that time is that you don't become a saint by being canonized by the Pope. There is only one person who declares you a saint, and you don't have to wait till you die. One day, I attended a full gospel meeting with my mom in Lagos, and there, I asked Jesus to be the Lord of my life, and he filled that part of me that felt empty. I knew in that moment that something shifted. My life changed. God made me his saint. I didn't need to go through religious protocol or get the Pope's approval to become one. Saint simply means consecrated to God, holy, sacred, pious, someone who is set apart for God's special purposes. So as long as you're a follower of Christ, as long as you are born again, you are a saint. That's why Paul, when writing to the churches, referred to them as saints. To the saints in Ephesus, to the saints in Philippi. Trying to do good things was not enough to save me. Self-righteousness wasn't powerful enough to change me. The grace of God saved me when I put my faith in Jesus. Ephesians 2:8-9 says, God saved you by his grace when you believed. You can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it. My religious upbringing couldn't change me. As a matter of fact, religion only told me that there is a God, but it didn't tell me that I could have a personal, intimate relationship with him. Neither did he show me how. So please share with me in the comment section if religion has done anything for you. If you don't have a personal relationship yet with God, I really wish that you would consider moving from religion into having an actual, personal, and intimate relationship with God through Jesus. You have tried everything else, but have you tried Jesus? I have found that there is a vacuum in every man that only God can fill. That's why whatever we do to fill that vacuum, that emptiness, will never work. All the money in the world, all the power, influence, beauty, connections, houses, assets will never fill it. Only God can. Till I come your way next Friday, my prayer for you is to keep growing, keep learning, keep prospering, keep shining. God bless you.